Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Friday, June the 8th, and this is the market overview, looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, XOY, XLF, and all the rest. Today was a very nice surprise. I didn't expect it to be up so much. Massively positive day. Everyone is looking forward to the news over the weekend with the Chinese GDP. Could be a really good thing, could be a really bad thing. Other people are expecting a euro bailout of Spain over the weekend. That could also be really, really good. And we just won't know until the weekend is over. But as for today, massively strong. It was extremely surprising. Closed above the major price consensus level today, bullish. We unfortunately did not exceed yesterday's high. So some people may see that and say, "Oh, this is a double top," especially depending on the news over the weekend, if it's good or if it's bad. If it's bad, it's going to go down. If it's good, it's going to break it and not even break a sweat. We're very close to the ceiling, previous high, and we're also getting close to the long-term moving average bar. And this was a target, I believe, that we had set several days ago, 12,600. We're knocking on the door, and with some good news, it's going to destroy it. So cross my fingers. Beyond that, every single indicator in the daily time frame is ticking up. Every single one. I said last night that the daily was beautiful, that it was a fantastic setup, and that only the 60-minute time frame was ugly, which it was. And going to the 60-minute time frame now, and going back in time, you can see where we were. Everything was positioned for down move. The news overnight was bad and looked pretty grim. And we had a slight move down, and after that, boom! It just took off. And you'll see right here, closing right at yesterday's high. Boom! Very impressive. And hopefully not something that can be thought of as a double top, considering the news over the weekend. But beyond that, everything high, 60-minute time frame. It certainly is susceptible to a down move of some type at this point, since we have the MACD histogram sloping down. If we get further up movement, eventually it will become a negative divergence and beg for some down movement. But other than that, I mean, RSI ticking down slightly, everything else essentially holding up. Not a bad chart at all anymore in the 60-minute time frame. SPX, more of the same. We didn't get to yesterday's high, but we did close above the major price consensus level. Middle Bollinger Band is attempting to get it to cross. The angle isn't the best, but still not bad. And all of the indicators pointing up, with the exception of the CCI going sideways. This is a nice chart. If it's able to break the previous high, and of course yesterday's high, it's already going to take us into the long-term moving average bar, which is not the strongest at the moment. It's not the most developed, and if it wants to slide right through it, that's great. We have targets at 1340 and 1360. I would expect a good fight at 1360 if we're able to get there. But certainly 1340, nothing to be sneezed at. Certainly would set up a higher move after a pullback off of 1340 with a new recent higher high, at which time we'll need to set up a higher low, and then it'll be ready for the next move. Hope that happens. Really hope that happens. 60-minute is Nah, that's not the end of today. Um, Very similar to the Dow. No need to rehash. Essentially, it's identical. And be watching for negative divergence if we're not just turned around by the news over the weekend. Going on to the VIX, very positive as well. Yesterday we were talking about it being expelled from the long-term moving average bar since it had, just appeared magically in the middle of it. And today, doing it the correct way. Notice the difference. We gapped up here and naturally fell into it and closed inside of it. Very nice. We were talking about needing to hang on, sit on the top of it and collapse it. That's exactly what's happening. Did end with a fat body spinning top, but that's okay. As long as it's sitting here, crushing it, that's good. Closing below the major price consensus level, also a good sign. Notice the middle Bollinger Band trying to get its cross above everything. It's not complete yet, but it's very nice. And indicator-wise, everything pointing down with the exception of the CCI. Very, very nice. The daily remains beautiful. And yeah, why not? 60-minute time frame. This one is a little more overheated than the Dow and SPX. You can see that we're trying to get a bullish cross. We have the histogram ticking into positive territory, and everything else pointing up. So this would suggest that we do need to have a little bit of a bounce, which would bring the market down some unknown amount. But it's all going to depend on the news. So does this really matter? Not especially. CompQ, the NASDAQ, also not as good as the Dow. Much closer to SPX in its performance. We did not reach the high from yesterday, but we did close above the major price consensus level. And everything, with the exception of the CCI, which actually ticked down, everything pointing up. Very nice. Going on to TNA, small caps, very similar to CompQ and the NASDAQ. We have not reached the 200-day moving average yet. Pretty darn close. Closing above the major price consensus level. If we're able to break the recent high and, of course, yesterday's high, very, very nice. Everything pointing up with the exception of the CCI slight tick down. Very, very nice chart. And why not? 60-minute time frame on TNA. Is this one more overheated? Well, it's kind of mixed, actually. Stochastics mixed. CCI up, RSI down, histogram down, MACD sideways. Less to be gleaned from this. And XOI, when oil is bullish, the market is bullish, and look at that. Closing above the major price consensus level, middle Bollinger Band going for its cross, all of the indicators pointing up with the exception of the CCI, slight tick down. And we talked last night about the positive nature of having a new recent high. So all we need to do is exceed yesterday's high. Fantastic. We have to set up higher highs and higher lows. Seems to be under construction at the moment. We don't exactly have a good pullback except for today, intraday. But hopefully we'll have a new higher high. The long-term moving average bar is much more developed. So something to understand is there. And all of the indicators pointing up with the exception of the CCI. UUP, the dollar. This one was kind of worrying me overnight. Well, maybe not worry, but concerned. Because it dropped like a rock, and it was darn ugly. But fortunately for us, it gapped up and fell the entire day. With any luck, we will go down and make a new low. we do have some gap fill to do here. So some more low is needed anyway just to fill that. And if we are able to get a turnaround here and go lower again, we'll have another lower high. Fantastic. All we need is a lower low. Things will be just dandy. Downtick on the 14-day RSI moving average. This is a first day downtick. Excellent. Stochastics are mixed. CCI is up. RSI is up. MACD is down. Histogram is down. So this is more mixed, but definitely a bearish. The odds are on the bearish side for the dollar. You can see the middle Bollinger Band going for its cross. We just have to get the candle out of the way. Very, very nice. And FXE, the euro. And we can see, yep, it gapped down huge, positive most of the day. And mixed stochastics, down on the CCI, up on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the RSI, up on the histogram, up on the MACD. Another positive day, we'll be able to switch the remaining indicators positive. Middle Bollinger Band going for its cross. So just need a little bit more. The news is going to determine it. That's just all there is to it. GLD, nice day. Dollar being down all day. Gold was up all day. Perfectly natural. We're already having compression of the long-term moving averages. Good. Just need to go up some more. Do some more damage. Closed above the upper price consensus level today. Very, very nice. Middle Bollinger Band below the short-term moving averages. Just got to get the candle above it. Stochastics down, CCI down, RSI down, histogram down, MACD slightly up, 14-day RSI moving average up. Much more mixed than everything else, but I do think that the dollar goes down big, which it should do. I don't see why gold would not increase. So. SLV. Nice day as well. Huge gap down, closing above the major price consensus level. Bullish. Middle Bollinger Band trying to stay below everything. Nice. Stochastics down, CCI down, RSI down, histogram down, MACD up, 14-day RSI moving average up. We've talked about the need when things get too high to come down and meet the 14-day RSI moving average, turn around and complete the move to the upside. So while this may make a move up muted, assuming the 14-day RSI moving average is going to the top, once it reaches it, turns around, should be a very strong move. And XLF, the financials. Very nice. Closing above the major price consensus level. 14-day RSI moving average moving up along with the stochastics, down on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, up on the MACD. Very nice bullish looking chart. It's all going to be about the previous high, which now has 3 kisses. 1, 2, 3. This will make 4. If it's able to break it on 4, which it should, fantastic. If it's denied at 4, it's going to be really, really bad. So both encouraging and worrisome all at the same time. And Apple, very nice, getting close to its very, very close to its recent high. Breaks that out. It's not going to have anything until whatever this is, 591 and 618. So 591, very, very important. 14-day RSI moving average moving up along with the stochastics, the CCI, the RSI, the histogram, and the MACD. So definitely a very, very nice chart. Apple looks strong. It's close to the upper Bollinger Band, but if we get good news, We'll just push it right on up. So you can also notice the constriction of the daily time frame Bollinger Bands here. There's a big move coming. Hopefully it's to the upside. And GE trying to get a better read on the Dow. GE having a better day percentage-wise than the Dow. Dow up 0.75, GE up more than a whole point. Bullish engulfing, closing above the major price consensus level. It is a fat body spinning top. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD getting a bullish cross. Outstanding. Not far away from its previous peak. Should be able to bust that out without too much difficulty. And then the peak above that takes it right to 5 cents shy of 20. Excellent. JP Morgan. Yeah, this one decided to wake up once I was out of it. Typical, right? Very nice day, closing above the major price consensus level. We said yesterday the bubble corrective move had finished. We needed to see what it did, wanted to do next. Very positive. Would have confirmed it had it closed above the candle. It did not, came really close. As soon as that's done, it's probably going to really shoot up. 14-day RSI moving average moving up, stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD up. Very, very, very nice. And is there anything left? I think that's going to do it. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do any extras this weekend. I will if I can. And that's going to do it. So I'll be keeping my eyes and ears peeled for the news over the weekend. And Monday's going to be fun, hopefully. I'm on the road all of next week, so I'll be posting as much as I can, but it might be muted as well. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.